Guess we know what our 2020 goal has to be.
Right? Well, hey, everybody. I'm playing with some lights right now. Just hold on a minute.
Not my lights. I can
She's
definitely
feeling sassy
tell
today.
it's almost the holiday.
Feeling sassy today.
What is happening?
What do you mean?
My hair looks like my head goes like this. Why is that happening?
Because your ponytail's off center. It's this way.
Yeah. Okay. This way.
Nobody knows. No, it's the other way. Because it's the FaceTime or video flips and then it's confusing. Hi, who's with us? I can't tell who's with us.
Probably no one now.
No one. They're like, I'm probably Shelly. She's like, go away. Okay. I'm just gonna make sure that I've got the right.
So Shelly's writing down. They don't swear as much. Next goal. Meg doesn't play with her hair.
The first time. Look in the mirror before you actually get on.
We don't have a mirror in here.
No, we don't.
This is feminist crazies. We don't need a mirror. Have you seen me lately?
You blame me for things that aren't even a thing.
I know.
I never said that.
That's why it's like we're married.
I know, right? I never said that. I'm trying to figure out this light thing. What color light? What light?
Let's see. Ew, no, I don't like that one.
That's combo. That's pretty good.
That's fine.
Okay. Well, Randy Tate, hey, buddy. I was just thinking about you. I missed you. You didn't come to New York. I don't think I saw you. So anyway, I flipped rocks, by the way. Awesome. All right. So we have announcements. The last live until January 8th is today. So happy Christmas. Enjoy your holiday. Happy New Year. All the things.
Hanukkah. Yom Kippur. Is that already over?
Kwanzaa. All the things.
Chinese New Year.
Ramadan.
When is that? February.
That's January. February.
It's not at Christmas.
We're not good at this part. Okay. To all people. Let's see. Membership contest ends 12/31. We're looking for 1,000 people in the group. So what did they get? Oh yeah, she has it. Shelly's so good. She has it all written out here. If you invite the most new ambassadors, you win a book, a planner, and 1 hour coaching, valued at $300. So you can pick which one you want. All right, order a planner, new website. Order a planner. Check with Shelly at rosegroupintl.com. She can hook you up with planner. They're awesome. I'm actually going to try to use one.
I'm not going to pretend.
It's hard. It's hard for me to do.
But you do gratitude, so you can write your gratitudes.
I could do my gratitude
because there's a spot for it. There's a spot for gratitudes in the journal in the planner.
I
don't even know the word.
It's okay. The new website is up and fabulous. Check it out. rosegroupintl.com. It is all the amazing things.
Yes.
Very exciting.
Thank you to Moxie Marketing of the Midwest
right.
for all of your hard work.
Yeah, and Shelly and her have been like joined at the hip, trying to get it all up and running and all debugged and all the things. How the Hell debuts in January. So we have in the new year we have a new program. Would you like to tell them about it?
Oh yes, we have we've decided to call it a show. It's not a podcast. It's not a live blog, which would be a vlog. It's not
a video log.
Yeah, it's not that. It's a Facebook live. No, it's not even that. It's a
audio recording.
Yeah. And we're going to air those in here on IX Ambassador. They'll also be on our website and in all the other social media places where Shelly places them. And we have got a really great list lined up. We made them bite-sized on purpose. They're 10 minutes or shorter. And we just talk with some great business leaders, just cool people. As an example, a little teaser for you. One of our guests was the 2012 National Geographic Explorer of the Year, and she is a BA. So we have some really awesome business people and not so much businessy kind of people, where we're really capturing this idea of kind of when you look around in your life and you go, how the hell did I get here? Whether it was good, bad, or otherwise, everybody's got some story like that to share. So we're capturing some of those stories to kind of motivate some of the people in our world and IX Ambassador world to feel empowered to keep making good decisions about how to grow yourself in your career and in your life.
And sometimes your how the hell moment is accompanied by ugly crying, but not always.
I've had a few of those.
And the other cool part is we're connecting them to our culture type. So as we move forward and as we grow out our assessment and assess ever growing numbers of people, connecting you with other people who are your culture type and understanding their journey, and those that aren't your culture type and how their journeys may differ from yours. So it's going to be really fun because it's both sort of on the intellectual nerdiness levels pretty high, but also really, really great stories and people to learn from. So, all right. Let's see. What topics do you want to hear us cover in 2020? So if you have any particular topics you want to hear about, any favorites, anything you want to challenge us on, anything that is coming up in the news that you're curious about our perspective on, we always have opinions, pretty much.
Yeah, no shortage of those.
No shortage.
Also remember, as you are buying your planner and looking through them, they have the topic that we will intentionally be covering each week. So look through those and make sure you mark the weeks that you're really interested in the topic so you watch in on the live.
Yeah, for sure. And then the very last thing that's on the list is everyone's word. What is your word for 2020? So this has been a really fun thing. I'm pulling up on my phone because I just really loved some of the words. I think everyone has, a lot of us have different words. I don't think we've had a duplicate. So it's on our Monday motivation this week, and there's a ton of them. There's like 30 words. And if nothing else, you can go out and be inspired by everyone's word choice. My word for the year was fun. For 2020, 2019, it was a scrappy year. We did a lot of work. We grew the company. We hired people, to onboard a lot of new clients, had amazing, awesome clients, fired some clients. And so it's been just a bit of a craziness. So this year it's going to be intense, but I really want to make sure that I'm having fun. What's your word?
Mine is elevate. So we're already, we actually were just talking this morning, already really hitting the ground running, sort of head spinning style, actually, about what we've got on the calendar. And that doesn't even include some of the crazy cool stuff that we're doing with our web portal build out and a strategic partnership with Link Strategies.
Oh my God, yeah.
So my word for 2020 is elevate, because I'm ready for it.
Yeah, it's going to be great. But that also means we have to have a lot more. I'm all looking, when my life gets crazy, what I do is I try to lock down the things that I feel like I have control over, like whether it's sleep, working out, diet, the things that I can control. But then everything else can go crazy around me, but I feel like I'm kind of anchored in that. So I'm starting to build those habits now because I know it's going to be intense. Shelley, what was your word? Onward. That's another good one. So some of the other ones in here, one of them that I laughed out loud was Kate Kelly's. Her word is breathe. So apparently she's feeling the craziness. Organization, change, intentionality, success, endeavor. A lot of really good, inspiring words in there. So if you haven't shared yours, be sure to go out there and do that.
I saw one on there that I thought was pretty good. It was grace.
Grace was
so good. When you think about what you're going to go do in the next year, we all say words like succeed, elevate, have fun, moving on, blah blah. And I saw grace, and I thought, that's very intuitive to think that. Yeah, well, don't forget that part, because that's important. We talk a lot about grace.
Yeah, and frankly, Kristen is the mom of at least one small child.
Two small children.
So good Lord, we know that the seeking grace is a constant desire with you have very small children and a full-time career and all the other things. So yeah, we wish you grace, Kristen. All right, so may all your 2020 dreams and plans come true. Times a million. All right, so what are the questions of the day?
Okay, so we'll go least interested to most interested.
Sure.
Okay.
The boring to the interesting.
Yeah. How can the Kurtz Change Transition Model help guide my resolutions and goals in 2020?
This is actually kind of fun, and I'll just say just a few words about it because we're already 10 minutes in and we have some other fun things to talk about. But the Change Transition Model, the thing that I love the most about that and resolutions is that understanding your culture type and how you deal with change can actually help you create goals that you can actually achieve in an easier way. So, and thinking about motivating and how your culture type is motivated through change. So I have a cousin, Jim Kurtz, who is the head chiropractor for the Seattle Seahawks. And I was talking to him, and of course, like a lot of practitioners, therapists, and chiropractors, and anybody that hands somebody a list of things they're supposed to do over a long period of time, he has sometimes frustration in people not fulfilling the entirety of their rehab. And so we had a really good conversation about how do you maybe, because if you're dealing with, let's say, a team member of the Seahawks and you're giving them an individual plan, well, maybe if you give everyone an individual plan and have everybody show up at the same time, then maybe everyone would, because they're team-driven people, right? So if you give a team-driven person a self-driven task, they're just not going to be as successful at it. So, think about where you are in culture type land, what that means about how you deal with change, and set yourself up for success. If you want to lose weight and you're a team person, go to a thing that has meetings. If you're a chaos person and you want to do the new sexy thing, well, go online and find whatever no one else is doing to see if it'll work. And so really be aware of how you deal with change and how your culture type deals with change. And then you can make more clever and hopefully more successful choices about your resolutions.
All right.
Do you have any resolutions?
Do I have any resolutions?
New Year's resolutions, yeah, for 2020.
I don't, man, that's so far away. No, not yet.
It's like 72 hours away.
Yeah.
It's way too long.
That is a long ways away for me. I mean, yeah.
Anything you'd like to share with the group?
No. No, I was just trying to do the time thing because we did. This one is the one we really want to talk about. So I just thought I'll answer this next one and then we.
Okay. All right.
Sorry.
All right.
I didn't really share my agenda that's in my brain.
No, this happens a lot. Yeah, that's okay. But we both do it, so it's fine. And poor Shelly was just telling us earlier how she gets the exact opposite advice from both of us. So it's her cross to bear, certainly. I can tell the concern. Whatever.
She'll be fine. Other people have survived us. She'll be fine.
Not many. Not many. She's tougher than most.
She's strong. That's right. All right. Does my culture type affect the strategy I should use to achieve my goals and resolutions in 2020? Well, I think so. I think Rachel just sort of answered that question.
I did by accident.
Also. So yeah, whatever so when Rachel's talking about, I'm going to try really hard to use the planner. I have given up on that as an option for me. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm not organized as hell because I use this, like my calendar, as far as my time goes. I'm not organized about all things, but as far as my time goes, I know where I'm supposed to be and when, and if the calendar's messed up, whether I do it or somebody else does, it will just ruin the day. Not
doesn't
like
mean she'll get there, but she knows where she's supposed to be.
Yeah. So, I think that if you're not the kind of person that I just had this conversation with a client yesterday. If you're not the kind of person who's going to use a planner, don't buy a planner from me. Use your phone or use another person as your accountability or whatever it is that you need to do. And I think that has a lot to do with your culture type and understanding what works for you. It also has a lot generally just to do with, accepting who you are and what things work for you and not feeling guilty about, planner doesn't, I should use a planner. Who says? You don't have to use a planner if you don't want to, or whatever other thing. If you want to wear tennis shoes with your dress, wear tennis shoes with your dress. That's what I do. But I'm an independent. So if you want to do what everybody else does, you should go online and buy yourself a planner.
If you want to be one of us, you should buy yourself a planner.
Yeah. That's right. One of these team-driven folks.
Yeah, but that is true. And the other thing to realize, if you're a stabilizer or a fixer, even to some degree, that means that you like to do things in the social matrix of which you find yourself, and that so you don't sort of cause trouble in that social structure. So, maybe if you want to go to the gym or lose weight or start a business, do it and talk to the people around you and do it in conjunction with something that they can either support you or do it with you or something, because that is just not so don't set yourself up for failure. So don't say, if you're a deep stabilizer, don't say, I'm going to go start my business by myself and in a new town where I don't know anybody, that kind of, so it's just like, that's just you're going to collapse underneath that stress. So, try to honor who you are and make decisions so that you can be the most successful.
And I think for anyone who, we all have to do things that we don't have a preference for. And if there are those things that you need to do, line out how you can be successful at doing those things and find people to help you with the things that you're not great at. And so
right.
If you're on a team in an organization, lean on your team to say, it's okay to say, hey, listen, you're great at this thing. I'm not great at this thing. I'll do all of these things if you'll do all of these things. And if you are an entrepreneur, whether you're an aspiring entrepreneur or already in it, or maybe you're running a business, find people to help you. Mm-hmm. Don't feel like you have to do everything yourself, because you probably will end up failing at something and then feeling guilty about that. You don't want to get into the guilt death spiral.
Oh my God.
Especially if you're from the Midwest.
Most of us are really good at that anyway, without any help.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Okay, cool. So the big question of the day.
What's the big question?
What are some of Rose Group International's goals and resolutions in 2020? What big things are Meg and Rachel working on for 2020? We can't tell you. There's too many of you to kill.
That's
right.
Just kidding. We can't track it.
We could kill you all.
You start.
Sorry. We just hit the. Well, I just hit the thing because
thing? Just kidding. Oh nope, that's too shiny.
Yep. Okay. So
I just want more light generally in our lives.
Let's see some of the things that we're doing. So right now what we're working on is web portals. So we're currently scaling our culture type assessment so that it's less manual on our end, more automated, and also there'll be a sign-in web portal, so people will have an opportunity when they sign up to do the culture type assessment. They get their own. Every person gets their own login, a unique ID, and then when you sign in, you see your dashboard that shows what your culture type is, where you're at on the scatter plot, a few definitions about what all that means, what other people on your team, they know what their culture type is, and so what that means for you, for them. So that we're working with Brainbox out of Toronto, Canada, and that has been super fun. And I will say, if you haven't taken the time to reflect on all the cool crap that I'm trying not to swear because apparently it's tough today, all the cool stuff you've done in a year's time or just in your whole career maybe, but it has been fascinating to recall all of the amazing stuff that we've done, because as we're building out this web portal, we have to tell them exactly how you do how we do the our end of the culture type assessment, and how we created the questions and why we ask the questions we do, and what kind of information they give us. And it's just been, it's drudged up all of these memories of how much love and labor and tears and bottles of wine have gone into our business. So I would encourage you to reflect on your successes for 2019 and in the past, because it's pretty refreshing to remember how awesome you are.
And frankly, you made it here. So whatever was thrown at you in 2019, keep plugging along. Or if 2019 was a great breakout year for you, just keep heading up, because it's only going to get better. Yeah, the Brainbox thing is super cool. The other thing is for those of you who have teams, you're going to have access to all of your team's results. So for those team leaders out there who want all your people to get a culture type assessment, then your assessment, your dashboard, you'll be able to see all of your team together. And that is, of course, the real power of the culture type assessment, is looking at your team as a group and understanding how they work and what the team dynamic is. And that is terribly exciting. And so it's going to be incredible, and it'll be there forever. And so you can access, if you change jobs or if you change where you are, you can still always have access to that stuff. And so that's going to be very exciting. We're talking to some folks about some organizations about embedding it into implementation of other pieces of software. And so that's really fun to think about take using the culture types and the KCTM into a real operational implementation model. And the way we can do that is by having this web portal, because it'll be all on the backside, all automated. So it's really going to enable us to get the culture type stuff out really broad and wide and really impactful. So that web portal stuff is going to be like thrilling. Hopefully we hope to have our little baby very first version sometime early in the first quarter of the new year. So keep your eye out for that.
Yeah. What else? What other big things are we doing in 2020?
Link strategies. You want to talk about them?
Yeah.
Should I talk about them? I'll talk about them. So Nate Kievman, I don't know. I have never asked Nate if he's a Kievman or Kievman, but
Bob said it Kievman, and
Bob. Who's Bob?
Bob.
Bob. Yeah.
So Bob seems like a kind of guy who would ask.
Yeah, maybe.
So I've been always saying Kievman.
Okay. Well, we don't know.
We don't know.
Anyway, he is great. He has a company called Linked Strategies, and his expertise is connecting CEOs, executives, connecting people with executives. So, of course, when we do culture type assessments, retreats, training, executive coaching, we always work with executives because they're the ones that have to decide that whatever their needs are, we're going to help solve their challenges or fulfill their needs. So we're working with Nate to get all of the copy done and all the value and all of that stuff written up so that we can start working directly with other CEOs in other industries. We're starting with manufacturing and all things with the sort of a product line, whether it's timber, construction, or the other ones.
Mining.
Oh,
aerospace.
yeah, all the other ones. Yeah.
Financial services.
Yep.
Kind of.
And so there's a bunch of other ones, but our big push at the beginning is to really connect with those manufacturing companies that we know and love so well. So it's going to be a very exciting time, very, very busy. Chances are in 2020, you're going to see more often one of us here than both of us, because it's already the first quarter, actually the first 2 quarters of the year are already filling up quickly. So it's going to be that part's going to be terribly exciting.
Yeah. One cool thing that is going to be happening, what we're planning on, we're planting seeds for this to happen in 2020. I was actually just at MJBizCon when I was in Las Vegas last week, which is basically a big conference for the cannabis industry.
I had no idea what MJ meant at all. I have no idea. So I just have a little halo over my head.
Yeah, I don't know that's it. It's that halo. It's a halo. That's holding up your nerd hat. That's it.
I say halo, you say nerd hat.
Whatever.
Potato.
So anyway, if you know people in the States where cannabis is a legal industry, and if they need help, we're doing HR and safety compliance. Not so much that there's a lot of interest in safety compliance in regards to actual engineering compliance, engineered safety measures. Not that, but actually creating a safety culture, growing your business. Am I doing the right things from a human resources perspective? So anyway, this conference was huge, 30,000 people. It's really interesting what folks are doing in that industry to provide CBD as a medicinal resource. So excited to foray into that little industry. It's a little industry now.
No, it's going to blow up. Yeah. So, so that's a really interesting new sort of place we're exploring. We do have some contacts in Canada. Cannabis is legal countrywide. So we do have some contacts there that we've been talking with and see how we can support them and their business development. So it's been pretty fun. Some other things happening in 2020. We have one of the additions to our new webpage, which again is cool. Shelly, could you put a link on there to the webpage just for fun, so it's easy for them to find? Is our events page. So Shelly is curating an events page calendar, so you can see where we're at and often what we're doing. Sometimes we're just in a I have a client in Virginia, so sometimes it might just say Rachel to Virginia because our clients are we
Don't share their information.
We don't share their information. Confidential. So, but that doesn't mean that if I'm in Virginia and you're in Virginia, that doesn't mean that I wouldn't find time to connect with you and say hello. So just sort of keep your eye on that if you're interested in where we are and what we're up to. It's going to get pretty full. It is already. I guess one other thing is we're planning on expanding our team probably after the middle of 2020, but looking out in the next 4 quarters. If all goes as planned, we will definitely be needing more help, and we'll be scaling up quickly to take care of all of the demand. So it's going to be really fun. A big part of that is going to be our web portal and the technical aspects of that and the customer service aspects of that, as well as ramping up our IX ambassador facilitators, that certification, so that we already have several people out there on the landscape doing it. But with this portal, it's going to be really powerful for them to execute and expand what they do for their clients. So it's going to be a big game changer for us too. Yeah. Other things?
How about the office? The office.
That's what I just wrote. Oh, you do it. No, I don't want to forget.
Brains. Yeah. So we're Pangea Design is planning to build a building, an office, a whole office building with space to rent, and that will be done in next fall.
Late summer.
And we're pretty excited because we're going to occupy the top of pretty much the whole
second floor.
The whole second
That's
floor.
Kind of my plan
of that building,
floor.
And
because by then we'll fill it. We might even end up with the whole building.
Yeah. Oh man, it's going to be beautiful. I have to tell you, as an independent, my most favorite thing about this happening is that I will have an office with a door that I can close. Where I don't have to listen to Shelly talk to herself. I don't have to listen to Rachel talk to herself, and I don't have to explain myself when I'm talking to myself.
Yeah, she has technology Tourette's, so every time she tries to do anything technical, she curses and yells and out loud, and I'm like, "What is it?" And she's like, "Nothing." Okay, so we finally figured that out, but it's still surprising sometimes.
Yeah, so I'm so excited for that.
And we're gonna have a big conference room.
Yeah, see,
and we're gonna have little conference rooms. Well, just for to facilitate, things happening. And we're going to have, the building's going to have a shower facility and a changing room, a lactation room, and all the awesome things that modern office buildings should have. Because that way we can ride our bike to work, or we can go work out in the middle of the day and then come back and shower and change and all the good things. So it's going to be really, really good. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah. I guess personally, in 2020, I've got one more marathon to run to get my goal of 100 marathon miles, or over 100 marathon miles. So for those of you who are actual, real marathon runners and have run way more than 4 marathons, good for you. I am not in that category, but I'm going to do, my goal is to do one more this year, and then I'm going to hang up my marathon shoes and stick to shorter distances. So I haven't picked one yet. If anybody has any recommendations, I'm really kind of wanting to do one in the sort of in the Northeast in the fall. So if you have any recommendations, marathons about up in that country, let me know.
You should check out Maine. That's beautiful.
That's where I want to go.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do fall in Maine. I haven't done that yet. So that's kind of my plan, to combine those two bucket list items. So that's kind of one of my big personal things in 2020.
I don't know if I have a personal thing in 2020. I don't know. I haven't even thought about it. We had so much going on in the business that I guess my personal goal is to do better job at, when I'm on the road, to actually have some not ridiculous behaviors. And this is only coming up because
not ridiculous behaviors. You should explain that. Not like being a hooker.
No, not those kind of ridiculous behaviors.
No, eating poorly or.
Well, and so what happens when I go and travel is I think I got to fit everything possible into this and do as much work as I would work in the office. And so then it's like I get up at 6, do work, and I work all day meeting people, and then I end up working till 11 or midnight. And then again, then I get no sleep. Actually, eating is pretty good because, you're going out to eat, and I kind of think, well, it's like having a personal chef. It's like I get to have beautiful salads or beautiful fish, or I don't have to prepare it. So I actually eat pretty good when I travel, but it's the no exercise, the no balance. There's just no balance for me when I travel. So I've really got to get better at that. I mean, that is because that will make me feel less nuts and not make people crazy. So that's probably a big part of mine, because there's going to be a lot of traveling.
Yeah.
So, which is good. We love that. But crazy
Oh.
making. It is time to go.
So before we leave, I would like to say that our 2020 year is going to be, and because this is the last one of the year, and because I do what I want sometimes, our 2020 is going to be fucking crazy. Okay,
She just did it because Shelly just told her she wasn't cursing as much. So this is
right.
This is
I just had to
bring the bar back up.
But I can't think of any words that actually better define what our 2020 is going to be like. And I just want to say to those of you who have known us from the beginning, who have always signed in to watch our lives, who have given us feedback about our ridiculous website and how many times it's changed, who have supported us and loved us in all of the ways. We will not forget you. We will not get too big for our britches. And damn, we really appreciate everything that you have done to make us feel like we are on the right track. Because if it wasn't for our, albeit small, following, we certainly, wouldn't be where we are today. So for those of you who have kept up,
small but mighty.
Small but mighty. For those of you who have kept up with Rachel and I at the Rose Group, genuinely from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much. We won't forget you. If you're ever in an area that we are in, we will not snark you. We'll definitely always come have coffee with you. I'm more of a whiskey fan, so if we could do evenings, I like that.
6 is sweet either way.
So thank you
Awesome.
for all the support and the love, in all the ways. And don't stop. Like, I'm not just giving you permission to
Yeah,
stop
don't leave
paying
us
attention.
now. Don't leave us now.
Yeah,
It's just getting
you'll miss
started.
all the good stuff.
Just getting started.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks again. 2019 was a hell of a year. A lot of it was made better, easier, more fantastic because you were part of it, and you're the reason that we keep going when the times are we start looking at want ads for jobs.
Oh, did you see this? They're looking for an HR manager.
Right. You're the reason that we keep coming back to what we do, because it's just really fun. So thank you very much.
Yes. All right. Well, I guess signing off for 2019. Last one of the decade.
That's right. We'll see you next decade and next year.
Yes, we will. Lead powerfully.
Change the world. Bye, everybody.